Hello, good people of YouTube. My name is Nathan, and today we'll be looking at Christian fellowships at UC Riverside. As you can see, as I'm scrolling up and down, there's a whole range of fellowships listed here, and I'll be going through some of them right now to start off. Not everything that you see here will be covered. I will have another video published out, but that's for what I would consider the borderline faults or the questionable fellowships found at UC Riverside. This is mainly covering Christian organizations. I'm not going to be covering anything about the Muslim Student Association, the Sikh Student Association, just mainly Christian. So to start off, let's talk about two real quickly: the Catholic Student Fellowship and the Coptic Orthodox Christian Club at UC Riverside. I don't know too much about these two clubs. I know this is for Catholics specifically. This is for people who follow the Orthodox religion, which is another denomination of Christianity. Same thing with Catholicism. And I'm pretty sure both of these are pretty well run, though they are just targeting a certain specific group of people, Catholics, Orthodox. Um, with that out of the way, let's talk about the first Christian fellowship that I've seen on at UCR. Um, this is kind of biased, but so this is InterVarsity. It's a Christian fellowship at UC Riverside. I'm personally part of this campus. I have great things to say about this. You know, there's a staffer. His name is Steven. He's great guy to be with. Yeah, we're a small group of people, but you know, generally this club fellowship is pretty it's tight, and um, I would say it's well run. Um, its beliefs are pretty um, mainstream in the sense that like it doesn't weave off. There are some clubs listed here that their beliefs are weird or not true or not correct, and InterVarsity doesn't have any of that red flags. Another one is Asian American Christian Fellowship. This is a fellowship that I was interested in a lot and was I really wanted to join, but over the summer, I discerned that God was calling me to join InterVarsity over um, Double A or Asian American Christian Fellowship. Um, Mainly for Asians, InterVarsity and other ones are more diverse, but Asian American Fellowship was first targeting Japanese Americans but as the club grew, it became more about targeting Asian Americans. This is a great group. I know plenty of the members, president, and they're really great. They have large groups at the hub. Oh, they're great. Bible studies are off campus though, which if you're someone who lives on campus, it's not very convenient, but still a great club. They do basketball on Sundays, and I sometimes play with them. They're great. Navigators, they're another fellowship. Great club, great people. Love the staffer. His name is Toby. Um, I don't. I only know maybe one member or two or three. I don't know, very few. But they're another club I did check out in my freshman year. But um, I I I just it wasn't as interested as other people were. But that doesn't mean it's not a good club. Again, it's one of those other mainstream Christian clubs like Double A, InterVarsity, where their beliefs are very sound. I've heard great things about Navigators. Same thing with the other two clubs. I mean, I'm part of this club, but Navs is another great club. And um, yeah, I strongly recommend these three clubs because I've experienced, talked to with the staffers and mentors at these three specifically. These are my go-to clubs. And we have Soon movement. I don't know too much about this. Same thing with Alabaster Student Campus Ministry or What's the other one? The other one is called KCM, Korean Christian Ministry. I think that's what it's called. But soon, let's go to his Instagram. It's see, so they're part of, they go to a they're part of a, they're mainly Koreans. Yeah. Um, I have nothing bad to say about Soon or KCM. Um, they're great, but they're targeting mainly Koreans, Asians, right? Um, Still a great group. Nothing wrong. Again, good group. Alabaster Student Campus Ministry. Okay. I have been to one of their meetings. They're much smaller. I think from what I was told, their focus is a lot on music, and that's what made them, I guess, such a interesting club. Was they're much smaller than other clubs. That's me, but they're really great. If you're looking for somewhere small, and their focus, I guess, is also on prayer. But they're a really great club. Um, so that was actually a lot quicker than I thought, and so I'll just actually condense this now. There won't be another part two or another video. So let's get into, I guess, the fringe or the groups on campus that I think are not so much, not 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 that I think are not really fellowships. Starting with Christians on campus. They claim to be a fellowship, but I've heard mixed reviews about them. Um, I'd be careful of this club in particular, and I've heard that their Bible has not appeared in the app for the Bible app, which already has tons of versions like the King James Bible or the NIV versions, right? The EVL, EVS. I don't know. There's so many versions, and if their Bible is not in that Bible app, to me that's a red flag. um, I don't know too much about this group. I've heard mixed things, some good, some bad, but I would be cautious of this group. Moving on. A2F. I was part of this fellowship last year. I left. I'll make a deeper video about why I left. This fellowship also is. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave this later, but this fellowship also has a mixed history. Some people refer to it as a cult. Some people refer to it as a fellowship. Some people think they've been known to haze students, also abuse, spiritual abuse. So they've got some history. I know a lot of them. They're great people, but I'm gonna save this for later. But one issue I do have is, well, this is actually the same thing. Cleese Christian Fellowship is actually A2F. There's no difference. Um, this is something I don't like about A2F, and is that they'll make additional fellowships to just get more members, right? This isn't actually available at this time. Cleese isn't available, but essentially, from what I know and from what I've heard from other people at different universities like UC Davis, Berkeley, Irvine, what A2F will do is and we'll get more into it in the A2F video, is it will be about they'll just pick all the people in Cleese and eventually merge them into A2F. Um, they're really not too different. They're like the same, right? Like these members, you can find it as these members, right? Noah, Robert, June, Bach. Look, they're the same. They're really not. Nothing has changed. So that's why A2F is kind of negative. I've talked to staffers from other fellowships, and they've given A2F kind of like this gray line. right? It's kind of like stepping on eggshells where you're on this thin line of ice, as it's been referred to, where they're not really cult, fully cult, but because their beliefs are sound, it's just how they behave that is extreme, and we'll get into them later. All right, Zion, Zion, and the Inland Empire Alpha Omega. It sounds like a frat. It's not. These are two for sure cults at campus. If you look at if you look at the church they're associated with, right? Let's go to what Zion Church is. The International Christian Church, International Church of Christ for Alpha Omega. The churches they're linked to are cults. And I've asked other people, other Christian leaders, you do your research online. There's a lot about these two churches, right? So let's go to Inland Empire Empire Church of Christ, and let's see if it's like yeah, there is some stuff you can find. Yeah, they are these two are two cults I would stay away from. Um, yeah. With that being said, that's all I have. Just stay away from these two, if any of them. If you could choose any of them, like the more questionable clubs, like Police or A2F, that's questionable. I disapprove if you join them. But the two that I just these two, right? The Inland Empire and the Inland Empire Alpha Omega and Zion, stay away from them. They are not Christian fellowships. They are cults. They're. I'm pretty sure they're good people, but it's a cult. Leave them. All right, that's all I have. Stay safe. Have a good night.